Hey, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats, Mr. Flido here. Welcome back to what I really hope will be a fantastic week for you here at the Helena Middle School. We're off and running on fourth quarter. Hopefully you guys finish fourth quarter strong. Try not to get yourself in a hole. Get your assignments done every day. It's super important. It's not how you start the life and race. It's how you, it's not how you start the race in life. It's how you finish. On this week's B.O.B Lesson, I have a special message from an 8th grade student who wanted to remain anonymous, but this student had an awesome message that they wanted to share with their peers regarding bullying and disrespectful behavior, and how if we all do our part, we can really make our atmosphere, our climate, you guys as individuals make HMS what it is. If you guys want it to be a great place that's respectful environment, that's an awesome, fun environment, it's up to you guys as individuals. And it's each person doing their individual part to be Bob every day, but specifically to be respectful, to bring positive energy, to be a caring person every day. You guys in your class of 2021, 2022, it's your guys' legacy. What do you want it to be known as? What do you want it to be known for? You guys leave your mark here at HMS. Soon you'll leave your mark on Helena High School, and then you're going to go out and leave your mark on the world. So this message today is from a student that wanted to remain anonymous. They don't want the publicity, or they don't want the attention on them. They just want their peers to think about how we treat one another. And they got some pretty cool metaphors in this as well, and then I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on it. Hope you guys go out and make it a great week. I say that every week, but if we slow down, think about what that really means. We control so much of our lives and how it goes. It starts with our attitude, starts with our work ethic. I'm a huge believer. I cannot talk this morning. I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction, and like a boomerang, what you put out there is what you're going to get back. Something to think about. Hope you guys go out and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.
Helena Middle School! Join us at Exploration Works for a free evening of science.
Everybody from Helena Middle School, families, students, staff, teachers, you're invited to Exploration Works Science Center for free April 19th from 5:30 to 7:30. We will feed you dinner. We will have science experiments for you to do. We will even have awesome prizes that you have the chance to win. Like what do we have?
We have Sphero robots. We have Makey-Makeys. You can make a piano out of Play-Doh or a banana.
Whoa!
Also, 3D printing pens.
So if you come to Exploration Works on April 19th from 5:30 to 7:30, you get in for free, you get dinner, and you get to do some fun science experiments.
And you could win some prizes.
Sounds pretty good. Hope to see you there.
So, just to recap, join us on Wednesday, April 19th at Exploration Works for a fun, free event from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We hope to see you there.
Right, this week's B.O.B Lesson is going to be titled Doing Your Part. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be safe, let's be responsible, let's be respectful, and let's be a learner. Look around you. Look at how many people are around you at our school, at HMS. How many people do you think in the room have experienced being disrespected? If you guessed a bit over 80%, you'd probably be correct. Disrespect can be found almost everywhere you go, even in adults. Disrespect is like a virus, and it can spread when someone gets disrespected. And the worst part, so many people watch this happen every day and do nothing to stop it. They just watch as someone's whole day gets crushed like a glass vase on a stone floor. Some folks are disrespected so horribly that they give up. They give up on their hopes, their goals, and sometimes they give up on their life. Many don't realize the amount of power and hurt disrespect can cause until they have been a victim of disrespectful behavior themselves. People being disrespectful are not something we can stop completely. However, we can help others who become victims of disrespect and try and keep it from spreading to our friends and even people we don't even know. So next time you see someone being disrespected, don't just stand and watch. Help them out. Not only would you be stopping another broken vase, but you could also be helping save someone from giving up. Boy, I alluded a little bit into the intro about what that was about. That was a student, an 8th grade student, that shared that with me, and I've been waiting a while for the right time to use it. I've said before on Bob Lessons that I want you guys to have a voice as 8th graders. I want you guys to have a voice on how your school is run, on some of the messages that get put out there, and that was a great example of one of our students that didn't want to be identified but wanted to share that message, and I think it was an awesome message. I love the metaphors in that message. Also, as I said in the intro, I got a couple things I want to think about, and then we're going to end this today. What do you want your legacy to be about? A legacy is something that you're known as or you are known for. It's kind of like your reputation, but a legacy is something that you leave behind far after your days are gone. And I want to ask you guys as individuals and as the class of 2021, 2022, what do you want your legacy to be? Do you want to be a group of students that did great things? Do you want to be individuals that did great things? Do you want to be individuals that were disrespectful? Do you want to be individuals that were respectful, that helped others, that were kind, that were Bob all the time? I often come across people from high school and that I knew in high school, and I don't really remember some of the things they did. I don't always remember if they were great students, if they were great athletes, if they were great musicians, great artists, so on and so forth. But the thing you always remember about people is how they made you feel. Were they disrespectful? Were they respectful? Were they kind? And we all grow and we all evolve. But I want you guys to spend some time thinking today about what do you want your legacy to be. The second part of this is something that I talked about right after Christmas break on a Bob lesson when I talked about you can only control what you can control in life. Each and every one of us is just one person, but we are still one person. And like this student said in her writing, that you can only do what you can do. And it takes many small efforts to add up to one big effort. And the only thing we can really do as individuals every day is control how we show up, control how we act, control whether we're being our best or not. And so I'm encouraging each and every one of you to think about that. If each person in our school does their part, to be respectful, to be helpful, to be a positive asset in the lives of other people, and everybody does that, it takes off like wildfire, and those combined efforts are what's going to make your legacy as an individual, but also make your legacy as a class. So think about how you show up every day. Think about the example you set. You guys are so powerful with one another when you do the right thing, when you do the wrong thing. You guys have so much more power than us as adults and teachers have, and I want you guys to think about that. All right, this week's quote of the week is, "Many hands make light work." And I was just alluding to that on the last slide. Everybody pitches in, does their part. Everybody shows up and be respectful to one another. Then all of a sudden the tides can turn and the culture can be something very positive and very uplifting, and that's what your legacy ends up becoming. All right, this week's Jellybean question of the week winners, we did not have one. That riddle, I think, was maybe a little difficult. It said something about you carry this everywhere you go and it doesn't get heavier. It's your name. So came up with maybe a little easier this time. For some of you that have been working on probability, you may like this in math class. If you toss a quarter 20 times and it lands 16 times on heads and 4 times on tails, what is the probability the next toss will be heads? If you think you know, get your answer into the Bob box no later than Friday. All right, Bobcats, let's go out there and be Bob. Let's go out and be respectful learners this week. 8 weeks left in the school year. Let's go out and make the most of each and every period, of each and every day. Make it a great week, Bobcats.